Have you ever dreamed of living in a tiny house? I'm going to share with you the #1 hindrance to happiness that you should probably consider before you jump in with both feet. Also, I'm going to give you a glimpse into how I deal with the issue. Welcome to my goat shed life, where I turned an old abandoned goat shed into a cozy tiny home, because you can do anything you set your mind to, and you can absolutely live your passion. Before we get to that #1 hindrance, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please ring that little bell, ding-a-ling, so you'll get notifications of future videos. Tiny houses have been all the rage for some years now. They are adorable, and they make people go, oh, that's the lifestyle for me. So what is it that I see as the #1 hindrance to happiness when considering a tiny lifestyle? It's your stuff. It's the space that you have to keep your stuff. If you look around to your right and you look around to your left and you don't see any way that you could possibly get rid of the things that you're surrounded by, then a tiny home is probably not for you. I have friends who think that they want to live in a tiny house. One of them is addicted to purchasing furniture, particularly antiques. And it's like, no. And another one has a lot of family heirlooms. She has 2 pieces of furniture, a stove, and this ginormous china cabinet that, if put into my bedroom, everything else would just have to go. So it's all about your stuff and how important it is to you. So if you think you can let go of stuff, then maybe living in a tiny house is for you. I love clothes, and I have this tutu. Really? It used to light up? Yes, I have a tutu. I have never worn this tutu. I mean, I've tried it on. It used to light up. It doesn't light up. Really? Really? The tutu needs to go. That's the thing about living in a tiny house, is that you have to be ready, willing, and able at any given moment to say, okay, don't need that anymore. Do not need it. Out it goes. Believe it or not, all of the stuff that is behind me actually lives right here with me in my bedroom, which is where we are right now, and has a home that it goes to, and it all fits. My bedroom is about 8 foot by 8.5 foot, just a little bit over 64 square foot, not including the closet. There's a shelf above the closet, which is where this comforter goes. The bottom line is, you've got to be willing to let go of things and come to the conclusion that they really don't mean that much unless they're small and fit nicely in a tiny house. So I told you that all the stuff up here on the bed actually will fit somewhere in this room. When I bought this bed, I bought it because it was extra high and I would be able to put stuff under it. My boots go in the closet. And all that's left is for me to put a few clothes away. As you can see, my cubbies are poking out, which also is a really good indication to declutter. I got this stuff cleaned off my bed. I guess what I'm trying to say, if your grandmother's cousin's best friend's chifforobe is something that you can't live without, then tiny living is probably not for you. You don't need to be in a tiny space. You'll be constantly crowded and you won't be happy.